Yo, my peoples, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Pulse. Welcome to the Beacon. You know what we do here? We shine that light. You know what I'm saying? We are the guiding light. We have the conversations that illuminate um, every circumstance, every room that we're in, every discussion, everything. You know what I'm saying? We aim to be enlightened about things. Why? Because knowledge is power. And today, we need to talk about this fight, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to talk about this fight. Sometimes we got to go political. We got to talk politics. You know what I'm saying? Especially with everything that's going on right now. Starmer looks like he might be out, man. He might not see the end of this week. You know what I'm saying? Like West Street, and he's talking reckless, talking about, yo, I'm telling you face to face, innit? I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming for the premiership. And you've got Angela Rayner talking about, yo, Burnham needs to be allowed back in Parliament. So we could talk politics. We could talk economics. I mean, we could talk economics for days. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because economics is life. Like I always say, and life is economics. But we have to talk about the fight that happened on Saturday, man. Daniel Dubois against Wardley, Fabio Wardley, for the heavyweight title. What was it, the WBO? Oh, man. Is that fight of the year? Is that fight of the year? Big up MJT in the building. You know what I'm saying? My socialist brother. One day he's going to wake up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Everyone join the chat, man. Join the Discord. Call up 0203 87 87 87 0. 0203 87 87 87 0. Join the Discord, whatever's easiest for you, lot. Let's have this conversation. Big up TC in the building. Big up Natty in the building. Both of them are saying fight of the year so far. You know what I'm saying? Natty's saying 100% fight of the year. Big up Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Eddie been supporting, you know. He's always about. Bear in mind, this man is in New York. You know what I'm saying? 5 hours difference, 6 hours difference. He's listening to the whole of TDA and he's here supporting again, listening to the Pulse. So big up Eddie as well. Yeah, MJT, real heavyweight scrap. But I want us to get into this, yeah, because obviously, you know what we do here, innit? Like I said, like we systematically break things down. So we need to get into the crux of this. We have to look at this really and understand this from so many different angles, innit? We got to look at the type of fighters they are. We got to look at their corner. Their corners are so important in this fight, and so important in whether this fight becomes a legitimate heavyweight fight for the ages. Because there's a huge argument to talk about Ben Davison and whether them lot should have pulled out Fabio 3 rounds before. We have to also look at the influence of Don Charles. Remember, Don Charles, after Dubois lost to Usyk, they sacked him. And if I'm not mistaken, Dubois said, yo, I got to make an executive decision, man. I don't like the fact that we sacked him. Yes, we need to recover from this, but I loved what we were doing. He helped me when I lost to Joy Joyce. He helped rebuild me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we lost to Usyk, but we went on and we beat Hergovich. We went on, we beat Miller. We went on, we beat AJ. No one has beaten AJ in the way that Dubois has beaten AJ. All of those fights were under Don Charles. And we saw Don Charles give this man an amazing 2-piece slap that woke him up. You know what I'm saying? Daniel, are you okay? Yes. Bam! Then wake up. Sorry, guys, I got excited. You know what I'm saying? Then wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand what's at stake here. You know what I'm saying? TC saying Ben Davison was not the head coach. Granted. But he's taking a lot of flack, right? Because even though he wasn't the head coach, he could have done something. You know what I'm saying? And he's come out to say, yo, I was criticized for this when I didn't do this. So basically, remember the fight against Lee Wood against Michael Conley? That fight there, that Irishman, Michael Conley, what's his name? Conley, I always get his surname messed up. Pardon me, forgive me. I really like that guy. The boxing masterclass that he put on against Wardley, if he didn't get caught in that round and then laid out, yeah, obviously the referee had to come in and stop it because he was out cold, didn't it, on the ropes. Honestly, the systematic beatdown he was giving Lee Wood, yeah, he's a brilliant Conlon. Thank you, TC. Yeah, he fights like a black American boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. Brilliant boxer. Brilliant boxer. He doesn't have the power, right? He doesn't have the power to lay guys out. But in terms of skill, how he's able to slip punches, like, you know what I mean? Boxing, that amazing movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was beating the hell out of Leewood. And again, there was an argument, throw in the towel. He didn't. And Leewood came back and won the fight. Leewood again against, what's his name? Against Lara. He threw in the towel. Okay, yeah, he made a good decision. This is what people were saying. Oh, but some people were saying, why would you do that for Leewood? You know what I'm saying? You saw the same thing with AJ. Obviously, AJ got laid out. But the point he was trying to make was, no matter what I do, there's always going to be criticism, innit? And Ben Davison is obviously the guy that most people know in that corner. And I can't remember the other guys in the corner now. I can't see. You know what I'm saying? But Ben Davison, you know what I'm saying? Because he's been in the corner of so many, like, known fighters. He's been in the corner for AJ, been in the corner for Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of that's going to be on his head. And if we're telling the truth, even Malik Scott was saying this the other day. It doesn't matter if I'm the head coach or not. If I'm in the corner, there you go, Hodgins. If I'm in the corner, I take on all the criticism like I'm the head coach because I'm part of the corner. Because when the praise comes, I'm going to get some of that praise too. You know what I'm saying? So there was a joint decision in that corner. And them man didn't seem to have anything for Wardley in terms of, like, strategy. What was annoying about the zone is, like, we just kept going to breaks, innit? So we didn't really get to hear what was going on in the corner and stuff, innit? Which is a bit annoying, right? But thank you, Ed. Yeah, the whole corner has to take responsibility, man. Head coach or not. The whole corner has to take responsibility. No one said anything. Because the man came out and did the same thing. What were you lot working on? Obviously, it's easy to say now, isn't it? Mike Tyson said this, and everyone quotes it. You have a plan till you get punched in the face, innit? So maybe their plan just went out the window. But Wardy was doing the same thing every single round. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. So again, we got to talk about the corners. The difference in approach. We got to talk about Don Charles and how it looks like Don Charles. When Don Charles is in your corner, I have to pick up that Nigerian man. You know, obviously, as a Nigerian man, a Yoruba man, I got to always give props to my Africans, you know what I'm saying, to black folk everywhere, right? Especially the Nigerians, yeah. So I have to give him props, innit? But I say that to say this. Whenever he's in the corner, it's like he really takes on that fighter like he's their son. Look how he went to bat and he cared about Chisora. You know what I'm saying? Look how he cares about Dubois. You can't say nothing negative about Dubois in front of Don Charles. It's been that way for years. You know what I'm saying? So, again, big up Don Charles, man. And I said this on Friday as well. I want Dubois to win because a part of it is because of Don Charles. I don't like the way people talk reckless about him. You know what I'm saying? So, big up him. But again, we're going to get into that. I can see you saying yes already, like, you know, fight of the year and all that sort of stuff. I mean, we're only in May, but still, is a fight really going to top? Is any other fight this year going to top that? You say that though, you know what I'm saying? Styles make fights, innit? So I think everyone knew that this was going to be a crazy fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Frank Warren and the Queensberry team, they had the right name for the fight, man. Don't blink. Don't blink. And that thing seemed to manifest from as soon as that opening bell went. Because 10 seconds later, Dubois was on the canvas. 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Right hook, top of his head, took away his balance, legs gone, straight to the ground. But it's still, it wasn't a damaging fight because he got up straight away. So it wasn't a damaging punch. Bit of a flash knockdown. At least that's what he was saying. But it's so easy to get discombobulated when you get hit in certain places, innit? And that's one of those places. And it's hard to defend those shots as well, innit? That's another thing. I don't know why it came into my head, but that's why you got to give props to people like Mayweather. Because everyone copies or attempts to copy his shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? But they always forget that whilst he's doing his shoulder roll and he's observing his opponent, he's always willing to duck. He's always willing to duck. The pivot, right? Obviously, he's got his shoulder up. He's blocking. He's always willing to duck down. That's what people like Broner and no disrespect to Broner, but a lot of these other guys seem to forget as well. I say that because Mayweather was aware that, of course, he can block with the shoulder. He can catch it here, right? And go straight through the middle. And obviously he can catch the shot that's going down to the body. But the hair is still vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys just see, obviously, the shoulder and they forget that. I say all that to say this. When you get hit right there, discombobulates you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to Daniel Dubois on 2 occasions, because it happened in the third round as well. And honestly, that third round, when he got knocked down again, because that punch just seemed to come out of nowhere. That was a good shot from Wardley. But the intelligence and the composure that Dubois showed was brilliant right there. I have to give him props, man, because he was like, okay, cool. I got hit. I'm hurt a bit. I need to back away and just take a knee. I need 10 seconds. I need 10 seconds to try and get back. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell I've got. You know what I'm saying? I've got 10 seconds to make this work. And it helped him. So we have to big up Daniel Dubois for making that decision. Then obviously from there, at that point, you've got a 10-8 round to Wardley. Next round, second round, you've got Dubois winning that round comfortably, 10-9. But then another 10-8 to Wardley. But then after that, from rounds 4 all the way to the end, I think Dubois won every single round. He's won every single... He now knows what Wardley's going to do and when he's going to do it. What he's going to do and when he's going to do it. He's timing him, man. He's timing him. When Wardley's trying to come in, Wardley's getting stopped as well by that powerful jab. Oh, my goodness. You notice, yeah? Usyk is his boxing IQ is like, you know what I'm saying? It's levels. But you notice, the only thing that, if you even want to say troubled Usyk, was in the early rounds, the jab from Dubois. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dubois' jab has always troubled people. It's a sledgehammer of a jab, man. It reminds me of Golovkin. Golovkin's jab was a punch. You know what I'm saying? He's stopping guys with jabs. This is why, obviously, the first fight against Canelo, no point in going back there, but the first fight against Canelo, that's why the decision making by the judges wasn't great, man, because you weren't scoring no jabs effectively. If you're saying Golovkin loses that fight, you're not scoring jabs, which doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Dubois did his thing, man, and from that 4th round, he just took over. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't scared to trade with him. There was some techie moments where it looked like, yo, Dubois, you're taking too many risks here, man. You're taking too many, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're missing, you're slipping punches by like a whisker. You know what I'm saying? And you're getting hit with the occasional uppercut. Because that's the other punch that Wardley likes to throw. The uppercut. He likes the straight, the right, you know what I'm saying? The straight right, the 1-2. And he likes the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? And when they were on the inside, every now and again he was getting it. But again, from round 4 onwards, Dubois had pure control of the fight, man. Again, the Discord is open, people. I wanna have some conversation with you lot, man, about where this ranks in terms of, because to me it's clear, innit? This is fight of the year. I know it might be a bit premature. We're only in the 5th month, innit? You got a good 7 and a bit to go, yeah. But Chris Eubank and Conor Ben's fight, the first fight, obviously, the second one was a piece of nonsense. Yeah, but the first fight, to me, was one of the best fights I've ever seen live as well. You know what I'm saying? I said that straight after. The next TDA episode, I said it right there. It was insane. And this is just as good. So I don't foresee another fight this year being as good as this. I really don't. In fantasy world, a fight that could have been put on to be as good as this would be a Benavidez versus Artur Beterbiev. When Beterbiev was, you know what I'm saying, like a few years back. Now, I think Benavidez beats him. I said this before, I don't see anyone beating Benavidez. But back then, when Beterbiev was indestructible, Don't back down. Everyone he stops against the Benavidez, pure carnage in the ring. It would have been a bloodbath in the ring. It would have been insane. And the difference would have been these are skilled fighters too. They're skilled fighters, elite level fighters, world champions, but the guys that take guys out. They don't care about staying in the ring for excessive lengths of time. You know what I'm saying? They're just getting rid of you. So both of them would have had that crazy mindset. You know what I'm saying? But now I wouldn't want to see Beterbiev against Benavidez. Banks of Books says Benavidez should go heavyweight. Listen, I think he might go there, you know. At some point, he's got a frame for it. He just has to fill out a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like he did what? Cruiserweight. When he beat Zerdo. Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? He beat Zerdo. He went up to 200 pounds. He didn't go in the ring. Sorry, when they did the weigh-ins, I don't think he was 200 pounds. I think it was like, what, 196 or something? If I'm not mistaken. But to come up from 168, to go all the way to heavyweight and be like a heavyweight is insane. Is insane. And I think it just gives, hopefully, it gives people the understanding of why Canelo didn't want that fight. You guys know I love Canelo. I think he's one of the greatest fighters ever. He's going to be he's a Hall of Famer already. You know what I'm saying? Legendary fighter. But I was saying it myself. Like, if I'm Canelo, I'm not fighting no Benavidez. And I don't think Canelo's scared of anybody. He's not scared of no Benavidez. But I think he recognized this guy should not be in this bloody weight class. Yes, he makes 168 on the bloody scales. But he's not a 168 fighter. He's too big. It doesn't make no sense. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is a bit of a stain because everybody else in 168 fought him. Caleb Plant fought him. You know what I'm saying? Durrell fought him. Flipping, what's my guy that came up from 160? Fought him. The guy that Jamal Charlo didn't want to fight. What's his name? He's got such a unique, unorthodox. Andrade fought him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? David Morrell fought him. Obviously, David Morrell used to be 168, then he moved up to... You get the point I'm trying to make, innit? If it is that those guys in the same division can fight Benavidez, then surely the champion shouldn't it? So I understand why people have that criticism against Canelo. But when you look at Benavidez's career now, to go from 168, to go up to 175, to go up to bloody 200... Come on, man. How you fighting? You know what I'm saying? Canelo. It doesn't make no sense, innit? But anyway, yeah, Banks of Books, man. Morrell got laid out on the weekend. That was upset. That's probably upset of the year because Morrell he's given Benavidez his hardest. I don't know. Probably yeah. Yeah, I think that was his hardest fight. You know. Or Vodicic, Vodicic, when Benavidez first went up to 175, maybe adjusting. It was an old Vodicic, but still. But yeah, yeah, to get beaten by this guy. I'll be real. I've never heard this guy. He's a local domestic fighter. I think he's got like 3 losses already. Nobody would have thought this guy is gonna be David Morrell. Impossible. And according to the fight, because I missed that part of the undercard, Morrell was just winning every single round easily. You know what I'm saying? Look, he's the school teacher, man. Imagine right now, man's, you know what I'm saying, at school, and you're beating David Morrell. Insane. So yeah. Big him up though. Like, he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? He's stuck in there and he beat David Morrell, man. And it'll be amazing for him to get a decent fight after this, man. And make some real good money. So big him up, man. Big him up. But yeah, like I was saying, I think this is fight of the year. If another fight is able to contend with this as fight of the year, it's only a good thing for us as boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see a fight like this again. But since I'm saying it's fight of the year, where does this rank in terms of fights that we've seen at heavyweights? Like, what's a better fight? What did you enjoy more? This one or Fury Wilder 1? Or Fury Wilder 3? You know what I'm saying? AJ or and Klitschko. Where does this rank? Where does this rank, people? Where does this rank? Where does this rank? Even like, is this better than the Usyk and the Tyson Fury fight? What fight was it? It was the first fight where Usyk almost stopped him in at round 8 or round 9. Right? But remember, these are skilled, like obviously Fury and Usyk, elite level boxers that could do well in any era fighting, and to still have that action as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does this rank? You know what I'm saying? Where does this rank? Is this up there with the Chisora and Dillian White wars? You know what I'm saying? That second fight where Chisora got laid out. I remember, I think it was that same fight where similar thing that happened on the weekend. Chisora like dongs White in the head and he's out. Then hits him again. He wakes him up. You know what I'm saying? Where does this fight rank? Because I think this is up there, you know. I think this might be better than all of them. If I'm being real. I think it's more of an enjoyable fight. Now, granted, I wanted to try and watch it again. I just didn't have the time to watch it on the Sunday. But, so I've only seen it the first time. I've only seen it, and obviously the energy in the atmosphere in the TNB studios headquarters was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Big up Brent, big up Z's, big up David. You know what I'm saying? We was in there, was enjoying ourselves. The next one there, by the way, I'm definitely going to let you guys know about it properly because you don't need to come true. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. In the moment, I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And again, like I said on TDA, just reminding me of Gatti versus Ward. And that was a war. Like round 9. Let's go back. Just before round 9, round 8, obviously, yeah. And if you guys know, Ward, he loves that left hook to the liver, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just that body punches, that's his thing. He just stops guys with that all the time, innit? And he hits Gatti right there. And that's what drops him. This is just before round 9. So you know he's hurt, yeah? Then he goes into round 9. And, oh my God, that's one of the best rounds I've ever seen. Honestly, yeah? You could be the toughest guy. A part of you will just want to cry watching the pain. Watching the pain that guy is going through. But not just seeing the pain, seeing how he can come back from that. If ever you are in the gym, you're trying to do something challenging, watch that round. Yeah? I don't care if you're trying to bench 500 kg, bruv. You're going to lift 500 kg because of what guy did in that bloody round. He said, I'm not dying and I'm not going on the ground. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not dying. No matter what happens, I'm going to defeat this obstacle. You know what I'm saying? He said, fear is the mind killer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to look fear in the eye and not allow this to stop me. Oh my goodness. And there's a part where, what's that legendary commentator? Lampley, right? And he's saying to the ref, yo, you can stop this fight. You can stop it anytime. And the way he says it at that moment in time, oh my goodness. Honestly, that's because the ref let it go on. And it went all the way to points. If there was a fight that I think should have been a draw, it was that fight. You know what I'm saying? It was the most draw of a fight I've ever seen. Right? But anyway, that side. I say all that to say this. The ref played a big role in that becoming one of the greatest fights ever. And I think the ref did the same thing here on Saturday. Howard Foster did an amazing job. When I saw that this guy was going to be the ref, I screamed. I was like, no. How can they ruin this fight before it started with this guy? But Howard Foster, they must have told him before, Howard, if you F this one up, you will never step in the ring again. Do not. I know you want to stop these fights. I know. We've seen you do it too many times. But you are one of the most experienced referees this country's got. You need to be in there. But you better not stop this fight. I know it may look dangerous in there, but trust what I'm saying to you. These are grown men. Do not stop the fight. They've prepped this guy. The 8 weeks of bloody training that Wardley did and Dubois did, they gave 8 weeks of training to Howard Foster. They trained him psychologically to be like, yo, don't stop the fight. You know what I'm saying? They did that 100%. Because there were times where it's like, yo, you could have stopped this fight. You could have stopped this fight. It was pure carnage in there, man. And again, I think TC mentioned it as well. Like the way it's when he came out of the round, didn't it? He came out of the round like stumbling. And Ben Davison said he never saw that. Right? Obviously implying, I guess, if he had seen that, he would have seen these guys not ready to come out and probably should have thrown the towel in. But, yeah, man. Like, Howard did a great job. Because every time, I guess, he had the impulse of wanting to stop the fight, he checked him before the bell went at the beginning of every round. From obviously when it got crazy, like 6 or 7. He went straight to the doctor. I was like, yo, this man, can he see? His nose is bleeding. That eye is closed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Check him out. I don't want nobody's death on my hands. You know what I'm saying? The doctor said, cool. The doctors tested and asked Wally, how many fingers am I holding up? Wally's getting it all right. So his eye is closed, but Wally's seeing stuff somehow. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing stuff. The guy must have just been seeing through pure blood, muscle, and bloody skin. You know what I'm saying? Because he was getting the answers correct. And they put him back in there. You know what I'm saying? So, again, Howard Foster did an amazing job. And, yeah, he needs to be commended for that, to be honest with you. Because I think if he had stopped it earlier, we would have said it was a great fight. But I think for it to go to round 11, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Legendary guys. Hats off to both of these guys, man. Because they've definitely put their names down as greats because of what they just did. 100%. Wally came from a white collar background. This guy is not a boxer. And then handful of years later, he's become world champion. And he's been against Dubois. Dubois is an elite world heavyweight champion. Yes, he has some flaws here, but he's an elite world champion. He won it in the ring. And he's a 2-time champion now. Again, I said this on Friday. I remember first seeing him at like 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. And I'm like, yo, this guy's going to be a world champion one day. So the fact that he's got there, it's not luck. It's hard work, it's determination, it's barriers and obstacles that stopped him, but he's overcome them. You know what I'm saying? So for Wally to be in the ring and do well against him, I think Wally, big up Wally every single time and big up the boy as well. So again, to me, it's up there. I think it surpasses the Fury and the Wilder fight. The third fight was amazing. Wilder's like Woodley. Wilder's like Woodley. They ain't got much. It's just the 1-2. Woodley at least has got an uppercut. You know what I'm saying? But Wilder's got heart, you know. Because Fury's a big guy. You don't know this. He's 6'9". He's a huge guy. And he was hitting Wilder with blows, man. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder was still in there and dropped Fury twice as well in that last fight. Yes, of course, he got dropped 3 times, and obviously eventually they stopped the fight, but it was a great fight. But the AJ Klitschko was AJ becoming a star. You know what I'm saying? Was AJ becoming a star? Great fight as well. But I think the Wardley Dubois one beats that. It's the only difference is between these fights that I'm mentioning is these fights are all like good fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect. And that's the thing. I don't want to keep going on like this because it's like I'm taking something away from Wally, and I really don't want it to come across that way, innit? But obviously, Wally is not a Fury. Wally is not a Klitschko. Wally is not an AJ. You know what I'm saying? But still, styles make fights. And obviously, when you've got the heart, that's also what is a big contributing factor to what that fight will become. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is why I mentioned Wilder. Wilder gave us knockout after knockout. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have all the fundamentals there, but I respect Wilder highly. and then to be in with Fury, who Fury prior to getting, you know what I'm saying, beat by Usyk, Fury was saying, I'm the best of this era, I'm the best, this, that, and the third. Yet we had to see 3 fights to be, you know what I'm saying, and still in that third fight, he gave Fury a run for his money, man, because he dropped Fury twice. So yeah, amazing. But we got someone on the call. I think we may have somebody who caught up. Not too sure. Huh? Okay, big up Ed. Ed, good afternoon, man. What you saying, man? Can't hear ya. All right. When that gets sorted out, then obviously we'll jump into Ed. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, we have to go back to the corners. Who made better adjustments? I feel like these things are obviously kind of obvious now, innit? The question I want to ask, innit? Who made better adjustments during the fight? It's clear. One team made adjustments, the other just didn't do anything. Wally didn't have there was nothing that was adjusted in that fight. Nothing. There was no adjustments at all. You know what I'm saying? Dubois made adjustments. Believed in himself, used the jab more, used the footwork more. You know what I'm saying? In and out, slipping punches. From when he did that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. But again, I have to give Don Charles his props. I pretty much said it before a few minutes ago, like 20 minutes ago. So I don't need to repeat myself really, but it just seemed as though the corner of Dubois just seemed to, I don't know, really, really have a control of this fight and their fighter. Or rather have a control of this fight via their fighter. You know what I'm saying? And their fighter believed in him or them. Dubois believes in Don Charles. He believes in his pups. He believes in his corner. You know what I'm saying? He looks to them for guidance and they give it to him every single time. He feels secure with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And that trust comes from time, innit? Comes from time being with you, like being through hard times, man. And we saw that against Hrgovic. We saw that against Miller. You know what I'm saying? We saw that against Usyk. 2 occasions, you know? So, yeah, the Dubois corner did a much better job. I don't know what the hell Ben Davis and that man was doing. Higgins was doing. I really don't know, man. Is Ed there? Still can't hear you, Ed. When you hear just okay, yeah, I can hear you. What you saying, man? What's your thoughts?
Man, no, I just came to add to the top fight list, man.
Okay. What's your thoughts, man?
I think it has to be in the conversation. I think it has to be in the top 10 I've seen in recent sort of at least in the last 15 years, maybe more. It's definitely in there, like heavyweight wise. I've said in the chat that nothing to me tops Fury Wilder 3. Like that might be, you know, I think you can put that into like literally, you know, like in any era, and I feel like that's, you know, a challenge for one of the greatest fights of any era. You know, that was it, you know, and you know, this is for someone who didn't really rate Wilder that highly, so
yeah,
you know, to see him do to rock out like that, yo, I'm like, that was a peak.
Yeah,
that's a peak one. Yeah, I don't think. I think for the moments, like we can't not have like Joshua Klitschko in there. I don't think, you know, I think even like maybe like a Povetkin versus White, that like, comeback.
Oh,
like
serious?
That one, I rate that one. The comeback was cold, man. Come
Okay.
on, he got dropped. How many times did he get dropped and then he came, you know what I mean? Like, and then that comeback was cold. Like I can't even sit there and pretend that's, you know. I think Fury Usyk probably is ahead of it as well. First Fury Usyk, maybe. But that's
the first Fury Usyk ahead of the Wally?
Yeah.
Oh, serious?
Just because again, I'm looking from just that. That was like, if you want to, like, I don't know, maybe I'm like what's the word, sort of a romantic of it, where it's just like that sort of like that's like, I felt like chess, like, you know what I mean, like that was such like a like surely like skill, like really showed off the technical side of boxing that like people love to just talk about the hits, but you know what I mean, but when you want to talk about the tech, like if I want to show young boxers, the technical side of the game, like that's one where you kind of, that's that one right there is probably the number one. And then maybe I probably put the bar after that, the bar Woodley after that. So that's what I think that's like fifth. So that's all like 50, I guess you'd say, in that room.
What about White and Chisora?
Ooh, yeah, that was yeah. That's the polar opposite end of the Fury Usyk one. That's like you just want to
Exactly.
show kids what war looks like for
Yep.
heavyweights.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Exactly.
that was
That's
definitely the
because that's
definition.
more similar to this sort of fight, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
But I
except that
think
both of them were landing.
yeah, I was gonna say that's that one, yeah, because they were actually hitting each other like for a whole fight. This one felt more like it got to that point,
Yeah.
but they took a while for that. Whereas White and Chisora was like, yeah, we're gonna die tonight. Let's go. That bell rings. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's just see who's living at the end of this fight.
Yep.
So yeah, I might have to call that one still. Yeah, you might have to put that over as well. To be fair, but yeah, I think that's a fair. That's still fair. To still make like comfortably in top 10. I think that's pretty good. To be fair for someone like Wardley who's never been
Yeah.
like a top tier level guy to have produced one of those, and um, credit to him. Like, yeah, I mean, going to pretend he had loads in the chamber in terms of the types of hits, the types of punches he was throwing, but he made it. He still made it competitive. He still made you for at least, even when the Wild was dominating, he made you think for at least like till maybe round 7, round 8 that he could
Yeah.
maybe find a punch out of nowhere
Yeah.
somewhere to
100%.
do something. You know what I mean? And still cause a little problem here and there.
Yeah.
So for that part, I think yeah, you can't knock that. You know what I mean? Like
At all.
yeah, you can't. It's easy to just him. If he's just standing there, just getting rocked for all those straight rounds. That too like he was towards the end. Then yeah, I wouldn't put it up there. But because he did give you in those moments, he gave you a moment where you're like, oh crap, this might be a 10-9 here. Oh, he might have. Oh, wait, was it done there? Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, because he kept giving you those little moments where you thought he might get back into this and do something. Then yeah, I think you gotta put it up there. Like you gotta put it up there highly for someone like for him. Like yeah, I think he definitely brought out the best in the boy. I think this is the boys. That's like the best I've seen from the boy. I think.
Well,
Like yeah, I think he brought out the best in him there.
yeah. Yeah.
That's the boy that I've sort of been waiting to see. Like I feel like I always felt that there was like he was sort of just missing that thing, that ability to sort of really like use his IQ in the ring, like to that sort of level, really sort of picking the right punches at the right times, and sort of really, being able to really show his technical skill in terms of out and show off that jab, really like show off that jab, as because I think you think of Usyk and you think obviously Usyk was just fated him out of the jab, and Joe Joyce out jabbed him and stuff, and just like really getting to see what that jab can do from minute one to the end. Sort of like you said, that wasn't I feel bad calling that jab. Like we shouldn't call call it
Exactly.
downplays it. You know what
You
I
know what I'm
mean? Like
saying?
it downplays it. Like you and I take that jab. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
we're waking up next week. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling
Like
you.
you know what I mean? It's like yeah, I feel like I'm downplaying it when a jab. But yeah, that's sort of if that version of the bar, if you can maintain that, who knows where you can go with it, to be honest. I feel like he could really be on the start of something. We'll see how it goes. I'm glad he didn't get rid of Don Charles. I've sort
Yeah.
of you can see their relationship is it's important him having people like that in his corner. Like he
Yeah.
needs people like that to sort of
Exactly.
who can sort of again bring that side of him out and sort of keep like I understand why they felt that they should take him away, because obviously the losses were tough, but like
But anyone loses to, like
I was gonna
anyone
say,
and everyone
I was
loses to
gonna say,
Usyk.
yeah. I was gonna say that's the thing. Like when you look
Yeah,
who you
man.
lost to, it's
Exactly.
not you can't. There's no shame in who you lost to. Like
At
what I mean.
all. At
So yeah,
all.
I'm like, yeah, it's like yeah. I think it was important to keep him, and he showed obviously on the weekend. Yeah, like they made the right decision. You know,
100%.
like, yeah,
100%. Hopefully they never doubt him again, man. But
yeah, yeah.
but to move on from that point, yeah. Who should they be fighting next? Now let's deal with Wardley, because Dubois, I feel like we can kind of go in a few directions. Everyone's talking about Italma and all that sort of stuff, yeah. So we can talk about that after. But Wardley, let's just say he recovers. I mean, obviously he recovers, God willing. You know what I'm saying? and
Yeah.
he says he wants to fight. Remember, there's a a rematch clause.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got the mandatory clause in it, so I
Yep.
didn't.
So he can ask Dubois for number 2. He could be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
that's my belt. I deserve first dibs on that." You know what I'm saying? And he could
Yeah.
activate that, right? But if he doesn't, where does he go next? Who should he fight?
I mean, I feel like just I don't know, I feel like maybe a timer might could. Yeah, I know you won't do it, but like it would be cool to see it in a timer fight, man. I would love to see in a timer fight there. But I sit there and go, maybe maybe a Caballero if you can get that, if you can make that happen.
Against Wally,
I
yeah?
wouldn't mind, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Caballero go there. I
You
feel
see,
like
okay, go on.
no, I feel like obviously I
What
think Caballero better on paper, but go on.
Yeah,
So
sorry. I was just gonna say, what would be the point of that fight? Like, when you're thinking of these fights here for Wardley, yeah, what's
yeah,
your agenda? Are you seeing it as, okay, the best fight for him, best fight for you as a fan,
I was gonna
the
say
best
for
fight to
I'm more
build him
thinking as a
up?
fan.
Huh?
Yeah, I was more thinking and on a fan level, I
Okay.
just kind of want to see him go there. So I wouldn't mind seeing him go against Cabell. If I'm looking for him personally, I don't know. I think maybe like for him personally, I don't know who it would be, but he should definitely like come back against someone who's got a name, but it doesn't have to be like a top contender yet. I feel like for just like to get like a confidence boost back kind of thing. If he's trying to go back there, like find someone who's got a bit of a name to themselves, but isn't quite like number one ranked, isn't even number two ranked, maybe even like fall a bit lower down the ranks there, maybe 5, 6 in the rankings, and see if you can get your confidence back, get a win there, and see if you can prove that it's worth going back for a rematch kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then hopefully get the rematch next year. Like, so yeah, like so end of this year, come back, see if we can get that win, and then then try to push for the rematch next year if you can get the win.
I,
Yeah.
I I'm laughing. I'm laughing at what TC's put in the chat. He said, Wilder versus Wally is the battle of the windmills."
Oh man.
And he said, "Woodley ain't beating Caballero. I'm here to
No,
let
no.
everyone know. There's
No, no, no.
no chance he's beating no
I'm
Caballero. No
I'm just
chance."
thinking, get a good fight as a fan. I just want to see the fight, just as a
Yeah.
fan. But yeah, but no, yeah. But in terms of big, yeah, no, that's that fight ain't working. To him. He ain't getting that.
So what?
My boy Blacks. Maybe I could see that man like Variat Paul. I could
Okay.
see. He's coming to heavyweight. That would be cool. Strong British bout. I think that's a good test for both of them. You know what I mean? I think Blacks needs a real I think like his next opponent has to be somebody with a name. Like I know I know he took that first fight, TKV, he got
Yep.
that knockout.
Yep.
Cool. I think he needs a real TKV is sort of a young buzzing name, but he's not
He's
a big enough
domestic.
name.
Yeah, all domestic level,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, on the domestic level, TKV's buzzing a little bit, but yeah, no, I think he needs a name next. So maybe taking on Wardley would be cool there.
Do you,
I'd
do you
like to
feel
see
do you
it.
feel like that's going backwards for Wardley? Because in my head I was thinking, are we kind of disrespecting Wardley a bit? Yeah, if we say he needs to fight React Poor and Okoli. To be fair, Okoli was a world champion. He was a
Yeah, I
world
was gonna say,
champion at cruiserweight, world champion at bridgerweight. Bridgerweight is a piece of trash, but still he was world champion, right? Um,
yeah,
although we still need to figure out what's going on with the adverse findings for Macaulay in it.
yeah.
But let's just say everything's cool and Macaulay, fights. Is that a step below for Wardley? Because the reason why I'm saying that is because are those guys on the same level as Adelea? And we saw what Wardley did to Adelea.
Yeah, no, yeah, true. I hear
You know
you.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I think definitely, Riakpor's would be deemed that for sure because he's not held like at least you can argue with Okolie, like you say, a former world champion.
Yeah.
We can that can be debated in the conversation, but I definitely think that Black's Riakpor gets more from that than Wardley gets the other way around in terms
Oh
of
yeah,
so
hundred
I
percent.
think that one. But yeah, but Okolie, like I say, you can debate it. That two former world champions going at is never going to be something to scoff at. You know what I mean? But in terms of ability, I hear you. In terms of like, if you think of what happened with Adelaide, yeah, I do hear you in that one. That maybe he would look at that as a backward step.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Because Adelea, obviously, what's his biggest win? TKV.
yeah, I guess yeah, I guess you'd say TKV is probably his biggest one. Yeah,
You know what I'm
I,
saying? So,
yeah,
as much as I like him, that's my Yoruba brother right there. He
yeah,
hasn't done anything to really, You know what I'm saying? Remember, he lost to
Yeah. If he beat
Her-
Hergovic, if he beat Hergovic, I maybe could have, yeah, couldn't
exactly,
have. Yeah,
exactly, and he lost to Hergovic. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And there were better rounds. He lost to Hergovic. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So it wasn't really respectful. It wasn't really competitive
yeah,
against Hergovic. So for Wally to go down to fights that are like that, it's kind of like, wait a minute, I did that already. I also beat Parker. Remember?
yeah.
He
Facts.
beat Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? Parker beat Andy Ruiz. A lot of people are thinking about Ruiz now, innit? But Ruiz,
Yeah,
fast hands, man. Legit champion. You know what I'm saying? So,
100.
I don't know. It's a tough one. But I do feel like Wally needs to fight somebody to build his confidence back up. Number one. Well, obviously in time, right?
Yeah,
And I think he needs a knockout, man. I think he needs a knockout. I just somebody that he can just kind of practice the new skills that hopefully he'll be working on. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't do a 1-2 to the heavyweight championship belt again, man. You can't do
yeah.
that. You can't. That's not going to work. Caballero would hurt this guy, you know. Because
Oh
the
yeah,
thing is,
no, I was that.
Caballero is going to slip punches and punish his body. Caballero is going to punish him. You know what I'm saying? So, and then go up
Yeah,
top. And probably,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be good. You know what I'm saying? What, like, when Caballero beat Sanchez and beat Zhile
Oh,
Zhang,
geez. Yeah,
come on
yeah.
now.
Oh, no, yeah.
Come on
I,
now.
the each one was more like the Frank Sanchez one was a surprise, and
I'm telling
then
you.
Gilles Zhang was even more like
Yep.
bloody.
Yep.
What the heck was
Exactly.
that?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, TC saying, what about Wally versus Bacoli or Frank Sanchez?
Oh, Bacoli, see that
Yeah.
sounds, yeah. See
Yeah.
that works in terms of a name that's
Yeah.
not quite there, but big enough that can be a team
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think
yeah, yeah.
Frank Sanchez is kind of old now. He's
Yeah, I was
kind
gonna say
of,
Sanchez is a bit old for it.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But I think
Bacoli's still
that's a good
same,
shout.
I think they're the same age, isn't it? Him and Bacoli, Wood and Bacoli are the same age, isn't it? I think something putting around
Oh,
that.
is it?
Both like early, I think they're both
Early
early 30s.
30s.
Yeah,
And
so
also,
yeah.
Banks of Book says, what about Wally versus Miller? I think that's his level, you know. I think that's his level. The Miller, Bacoli,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? Even Okoli needs to prove himself, I think, at heavyweight. But Okoli, he knows how to, I was going to say he knows how to win, but he did lose against CBS
yeah,
in that second fight. And that was an awful fight for him.
yeah,
But
that was
obviously he
rough.
moved up after that. But Okoli knows how to stop the momentum of any fighter. He will
Yeah,
hug you to death, man. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
facts.
Like, he's going to use that
You're not wrong,
weight.
you're not wrong.
He's going to
Yeah,
use that
facts.
weight. He's going to tire you out. And yeah, big up Okoli though, man. Hackney every single time, you know what I'm saying? I got to support him. And he's Nigerian too, you know what I'm saying? So double support for him. But I don't know. I think that would be a good fight. That'd be a good, you know what? Itama versus Okoli. Itama versus
Yes,
Okoli.
that's a good fight for a good time one. That would be a good fight for a time one.
Yeah, you can't be jumping up to no Dubois
Yeah,
asking for
don't
title
jump straight up.
fights.
Yeah,
Nah,
don't
nah.
jump straight up. Something like that. You get the profile. He's a former world champion.
Yep.
He's he's got he can he's got a bit of speed on him
Mm-hmm.
to be able to be able to match. Maybe not go band for speed, but in terms of you're gonna get
Yeah,
more having to do
exactly.
bit more work. Might be able to
Definitely.
stretch out a good 7-8 rounds with him as well.
Yeah.
That would be good. That would be a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good
That'd be
fight.
a good one, especially Disacoli, where he seems to be in a better headspace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because after that CBS fight was diabolical. That is just terrible. But
No, yeah,
CBS is good as well. You know, big up CBS. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if I mentioned it on the show, but I saw him at one local like cafe.
yeah. I know
Really,
you're saying.
yeah,
Jeff,
really nice guy,
was this
man.
before or after his fight? I can't remember. I
Huh?
feel like you said like a month or two ago.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
this before or
exactly.
after his fight?
Yeah, so this was like maybe a couple months ago. Yeah. And I saw him twice in the same place. I mentioned it the first time. Second place, I've seen him again. So he must be from around the area or whatever. But yeah, but he's moved to Zuffa as well. So again, before we wrap up, we have to talk about Zuffa as well. Like, what's your thoughts on Zuffa? Like, because the reality is, yeah, when we first heard about all of this stuff, at least when I first heard about all this stuff, yeah. Thank you, Banks of Books. Yeah. The whole thing was about, there needs to be one belt. There needs to be one ring to rule them all. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be one belt. There needs to stop being 4 or 5 different belts. You know what I'm saying? People talking about, this is the one I care about. This is, you know what I'm saying? And bare politics trying to unify belts and people not wanting to. But if you've got one belt like it used to be decades and decades ago, the lineal champion, the ring belt, then we know, okay, cool. This is the absolute best in the division. And you only get that belt if you beat the man who has the belt. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I think a lot of us put a lot of stock in a lineal championship. Because you know that whoever that is the guy who beat the man, who beat the man, who beat the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fury had that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, cool. Usyk, you beat him. Yeah, we know you're the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we got when we heard that, what's his name? Al-Sheikh has now taken back ring, and we've got the ring belt and all that sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that's what Crawford even said when the WBC was trying to extort him, or at least from his perspective, innit? Trying to ask for more P's than everybody else. It was like, wait a minute, no one even gives a damn about your belt anymore. I've got the ring belt. That's the belt that, you know what I'm saying? That's the legendary belt. So I've got that. So I don't give a damn about no WBC belt. Keep that. Everyone knows who I am. Undisputed, 3 weight classes, done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I say all that to say this. It's the same people with the ring belt that got Zuffa. And so it looks as though, the whole thing was Zuffa is, these people are going to have their own boxing league, one belt, all that sort of stuff. And that's obviously with Dana White and Turkey Al-Sheikh and them man there, right? But like Banks of Books reminded me of, is that it looks like they're trying to take Shakur. Or in fact that they've taken Shakur. After TDA, I was watching a clip of Dana White. They questioned him on it. And he was like, wait a minute. And he looked to the right. And he was like, wait a minute, have we made an announcement about Shakur yet?
Yeah.
Because where's this coming from? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And he smirked. Yeah. So it's looking like they've secured Shakur. And the week before, we heard David Benavidez say, I ain't going over to no Zuffa. Because remember, they were asking him, yo, what about a fight with Opataya? Now, Opataya, for those who don't know, he's obviously another champion. Well, they took the belt from him now, innit? He was a champion, the best at cruiserweight, effectively. That's what everyone was saying. It would have been sick to see him fight Zerdo before Benavidez got there. But anyway, Opataya had the belt, but he's now gone over to Zuffa. So if Benavidez wanted to unify and become undisputed, he would have had to fight Opataya. Yeah. But he's like, I'm not going over to the Zuffa. Yeah, and this is the problem. Like, who's going over to Zuffa? People still care about these belts. And I think he's right. But when you're hearing stuff now that Shakur Stevenson is gone over to Zuffa.
Shakur and
David Haney.
Getting them two might be a game changer. I can't lie. Exactly. If that is happening, that might be the game changer that actually starts.
Yeah.
Starts a wave. Starts a real wave of people moving across. Because not saying they haven't got any good fighters there currently, but like you get those two, I feel like you're that's the real statement. Like getting guys like that where it's literally, they are the best right now. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like and everybody needs to fight them basically. You know what I mean? To be able to deem themselves if they want to be. Anyone in the division wants to be in those divisions. Want to be, deemed the best. You can have to fight those two at this moment in time.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So
100%.
That's going to be the game changer. 100%. If they're going to go there.
Yeah. And we know the only thing that's going to get them over there is money. Shakur Stevenson is a multi-weight world champion. You know what I'm saying? He went up to what was it? 140 something? Was it 140? And beat what's his name? Teofimo Lopez. So that the way he beat him is easy work. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevens is a future Hall of Famer, but so is Devin. Exactly. Devin is a pure boxer. Doesn't need to knock you out. Doesn't care about all of that stuff. Pure boxer, disciplined, and he's a great boxer, man. So I say all that to say this: like these guys are established elite level boxers. They've got the belts. Yeah. They want the money. So if Zuffa's going to give them the money, especially this might be capped though, but again, just before this, I heard one YouTuber talking about, Devin, there's some sort of $100 million deal. 100 million. Come on now. How's he going to say no to that?
I mean, I was going to say, I didn't even think it was anywhere near that, but I thought, you're not turning that down.
No chance.
Anywhere in that ballpark, yeah. You're not
No
doing that.
chance. Even if that's a five fight, 7 fight, something
Yeah.
guaranteed 100 mil. Come on
Oh
now,
yeah.
and
There's
obviously, and we already know they got Conor Ben. So
facts.
they got Conor Ben. They got Opataya. They
Yeah.
got my guy, Richardson Hitchens. What is he from Haiti? Is he
Yeah.
Haitian? He's Haitian, isn't it? I think he's Haitian, but
Um,
he's from New York.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat Paro. I believe he beat Paro. Became world champion. He was meant to defend his belt, but something happened. I think he was ill or something. Either way, Hitchens is over there now. So like they're really trying to build up their fighters, man. They're trying to build them up. So I don't know, man. I don't know. If it is that they go, then I think more fighters will go. Oh my goodness, Banks of Book is saying here they're trying to secure Bruce Carrington. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Look,
And these are all the young guys who've got
I was gonna
bright
say
futures at that
this
weight
is
class.
that
You know
is
what I'm saying?
ridiculous.
Next thing you're gonna
Yeah,
hear, they got Keyshawn. Imagine if they got Keyshawn now, that's
yeah, love it's
crazy.
over. It's over.
That's crazy. The whole 130, 135.
I was gonna say that's the whole division done. It's
You know what I'm
gone.
saying?
It's over. There's nothing to say anymore. It's done.
So and I think they were trying to get and this was obviously the difference between Conor Ben and my guy Bam. I think they tried to get Bam. Bam is what weight class is Bam?
Yeah, they did go for Bam, yeah, and he
I
just
think they
he
did.
just
Yeah.
re-signed it, yeah, he's
Yeah.
re-signed
But he
now with
signed with
Mexico.
he re-signed with
Matchroom.
what's his name? With Matchroom. You know what I'm
Matchroom,
saying? But
yeah,
at least, yeah, exactly. So obviously at least he told them about it,
yeah.
gave them the opportunity to
They had
sign
to, they
him.
had to. They had no
Yeah.
choice.
No, but
Yeah.
look at Conor Ben though.
Yeah, I was gonna
Conor
say
Ben.
they have to give him run the money up and re-sign him.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
not risking. You can't risk Bam. Like that's how many has he got? Has he got all of them yet? Has he got all the titles, or has he just got three?
I don't think he's got all of them yet. You know, I think he's
He's got
unified,
three.
but he hasn't become
Yeah,
undisputed
unified.
yet.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
unified. So
yeah,
yeah, you can't lose Bam right now
at
at all.
all, at
Yeah,
all,
you can't lose Bam at all.
at all. Oh, he's such an amazing talent, man.
Oh
Amazing
yeah,
talent. But yeah, man. Oh, we got to wrap up. We got to wrap up soon. But yeah. Wally the bar. I'm just thinking, Wally needs some fights where he can build himself up, get the confidence back. But his body needs to proper heal. He
yeah.
really needs
He's
to
got.
heal,
I
man.
don't want to see him back before like end of the year earliest.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's the earliest. Like November, December earliest. I don't. If he's back before then, that's diabolical to try and
yeah,
get him back quickly.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially when you're hearing people like McGuigan and even Ingle, Dominic Ingle was talking about it. Like, yo, you wouldn't blame him if that's the end for him, because at that age, 31 years old, is he really gonna learn stuff that's really gonna carry him to the next level? Is he really going to? No disrespect to him, but can they can another trainer come in and teach him a whole new set of skills that's gonna take him to another level, or is he gonna revert back to his default with the 1-2 and the uppercut? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
it is, you know what I'm saying? If it is that you're not going to improve, then why put your health on the line like that? You know what I'm saying? So I can understand the angle, but at the same time, he still beat everybody else, innit? So let him
Yeah.
come back, heal up, and beat everybody at that
Yeah.
level and below. Make some money
Yeah, I was
still.
gonna say now he's tasted that level. I don't know if once you've been there, do you really want to step away once you've got to that level? I don't know if that sort of just the chance of being able to keep going at that top level, just sort of see if he wants to test himself again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to have more heart than sense, so
Yep.
he might have to say yeah, he might go again. I can't lie, but yeah, like I say, there's there'd be no shame if that was the last fight of his career to go out on a fight like that. Like there'd be no shame in that.
Yeah.
Like
At all.
yeah, you'd go down as a British icon.
Yeah.
For the career you've had at the end of the day. You've been a
100%.
world champion. You've had one of the fights of at least the last decade. You know. You know what I mean? And you've come from, and you really, in the grand scheme of boxing terms, you really came from nothing. Like you are,
Mm,
you know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like conference footballer going to the Premier League in like a year or two. You know what I'm saying? You know,
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
Exactly.
you've done a lot. So yeah,
He has. He
yeah,
has.
yeah. It's a career you can be proud of.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what the funny thing is as well, yeah? As much as he's kind of jumped, he's progressively got there still. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, he still progressively beat people domestic, became British champion. He beat Clark. He beat Adelea. He beat Hunis. He beat Parker. Man,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
his rap sheet ain't it's nothing to laugh at.
At
Like, at the end of the
all.
year.
At
Since he
all.
beat Adelaide, I was like, okay, this all right, this guy could be something. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, go back to back with Clark, and then obviously Parker as well. Yeah, like, yeah, it's not yeah, like that rap sheet isn't a bad rap sheet to have. Like you said, at the end of the day, you know, you lost to one of the best fighters that Britain have produced in a very long time. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
like it's not like you lost to some random. You know what I mean? You know.
Mm.
So yeah, like you know what I mean? Like, and this what like I think Adelaide fight was, I want to say that was like 2023 in it. So
Something
yeah,
like
like
that. Yeah.
again, that was on the Ngannou card, didn't it? The Ngannou
Was it on that
Fury
one?
card. Yeah, I feel like it was. Maybe I'm
Mm.
wrong. I feel like it was on that card.
I can't remember. It might have
But
been.
yeah,
But yes.
but
Yeah, I guess we'll see what's next for Wardley, man. Okay, so before we wrap up, what's next for Dubois though? Because obviously, I think Dubois needs to have a rest as well, right?
yeah.
But at least he's much more fresh. But what's next? Should he take it easy? Because he's not had an easy fight for a long time, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
for a long time. You know what I'm saying? As much as he dispatched of AJ ASAP, it still on paper wasn't an easy fight. So he's gone through Joyce. He's fought Joyce. He's fought Usyk. He's fought Hergovich. He's fought Miller. He's fought AJ. He's fought Usyk. Come on, man.
yeah, he's fought. Yeah, he's fought. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, if he wanted to take one sort of quote unquote
Yeah,
softer fight, I'm not. I wouldn't be mad at it when you look at
yeah.
back to backs he's faced since the Usyk fight. Back to back, you've basically faced the best of the best
He
in the
has.
division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't really argue. You know, you can't argue if you wanted to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take a one fight at least just to sort of one little rest fight just to sort of keep fit, keep sharp, but not
Mm.
trying to get too not trying to get hurt out here.
Hmm.
In and then in hopes maybe for the next year going after Usyk again. Like you said before, so you said on Saturday, you said about Parker. Obviously, we don't know what's gonna happen with Parker yet.
Hmm.
That would be a good fight in the future as well, maybe next
Yeah,
year.
that'd be a good
Uh,
fight.
yeah, we'll find out hopefully with what Parker's situation is. Hopefully at
Yeah.
some point,
Hmm.
because yeah, that was like like last summer. I was like when that happened. It
That's crazy.
so no, innit? So yeah, we'll see what happens with the Parker situation.
Mm.
So yeah,
Natty says winner of AJ versus Fury would be good for him. Frank would probably keep him and Moses apart, and no one wants to see him fight Usyk again. Yeah, facts. No one wants to see him fight
yeah,
Usyk again.
yeah,
And like you're saying, like Frank will probably want to keep both of them apart. Obviously, make as much money with both of those guys. But I don't want to see him fight AJ or Fury though.
no,
Nah, them guys
no,
are respectfully again great legends, but they're done. It's
yeah,
like they just need to make big money, 50 mil
yeah.
each or something, and then go sleep.
He has nothing to prove with AJ, especially at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like the AJ fight was a split decision or something. It was very much clear
Mm-hmm.
in as day. It was over. Like
Mm-hmm.
we can't. You don't. There's nothing to prove there. There's no.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, on that side of things. And yeah, like I said, Fury, like respect. Yeah, they're both at that point in their careers where just let them enjoy their money fights.
That's it.
And
That's it.
go off into the
100%.
sunset. You know what I mean? At this
Mm-hmm.
point, yeah.
And
I
Ghana
think.
Greatness says AJ needs that rematch against Dubois. Nah, he don't need it at all.
Yeah,
I said after the first fight though. I said after the fight, I don't want to see him fight no Dubois again.
yeah, yeah.
Nah,
Oh yeah,
man, because he was not mentally there for the first fight. He
yeah,
wasn't. So like I just know there's nothing that's. Nah, I don't want to see him fight no Dubois. It'll be worse.
yeah.
It'll be
No, yeah,
worse.
100%. It's not. He's not in the mental space anymore. I've been calling it since the Ngannou fight. I was like, I don't know if this is a guy who really wants it anymore. Like
Yeah,
respectfully, I'm just
exactly,
like, and I'm not mad at him for not wanting it anymore because he's been through at that point. He just done
exactly.
back to back Usyk,
Mhm,
and and he done the Jermaine Franklin fight as well. It's just
mhm.
like, yeah, like you've done. You've done it all at this point, man. Like I don't mind you being like if you're over it now. Just yeah, like it just felt like he's at that point where just yeah, maybe his body could still go, but his brain, I feel like his heart isn't there in
Yeah.
terms of that side of it
It's not
anymore.
there, and it hasn't been there for a while. I don't think. I think he's just one of those guys who wants to do it, but there's not enough of the subconscious in there that wants to do it. I think,
Yeah,
and I think that's what will make him make silly decisions. Will make him maybe just not be on job, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he really wanted it against Klitschko. He really
yeah,
wanted it after that. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to a certain age and you're doing so much outside of the ring, you got family relying on you. You're thinking about setting everybody up. You're thinking about the end times of your career. Come on, man. You ain't thinking about. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You're not trying to go through the pain of it. What for? What?
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, he's another one where at the end of the day, the rap sheet, even with how whatever it's now 4 losses now, like that rap sheet is still an incredible rap sheet when you look at it
Yeah,
in the grand scheme.
yeah.
There's nothing again to prove. Like his legacy is certified. Like there's nothing to do it for anymore.
At
Like
all.
you're just doing it for the sake of doing it at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, like
Like,
there isn't nothing to prove at this point.
nah.
You've done what you've done. You've lost us to you lost to the best that there is at this
Yep.
point. From both the UK and in the world in general. You know what I mean? You
Yep.
lost to the two of the best. You know what I mean? So there's no shame in again just being like, yeah, all right, I've done all I can. It's time just to leave that for them lot there, and I'm gonna do what I'm doing over here.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Like yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, man. I mean, well, hopefully Dubois enjoys himself. You know what I'm saying? Gets a well deserved rest, and it comes back stronger than ever. I feel like he deserves like a easy-ish fight, and everybody else should just start positioning themselves. I mean, they pretty much are already, but start positioning themselves for when Usyk retires and all those belts get released. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? It'll be good to see where Cabello fits in all
That's
of
the thing.
this.
I want to see when Cabello is allowed to
Hmm.
to finally get involved.
Yeah.
Like this could be this is he's to me is the X factor here. Like no one really truly knows what he
Hmm.
can do in that
Yeah.
when you put him against the best of the best.
Yeah, but he's
Like
dangerous. He's dangerous, man.
yeah,
Cabello is very dangerous. He's susceptible. Like he can get dropped and things like that. But in terms of skill,
yeah.
like he's a good heavyweight boxer. Good heavyweight
Yeah,
boxer.
100%. I was gonna say he's like almost the perfect like where you go like Wardley's more heart than he is tech,
Hmm.
and maybe Dubois is more tech than he is heart.
Hmm.
Like Cabello seems to have both.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there's
Exactly,
no yeah. That's
exactly.
problematic for any fight.
Hmm.
It's problematic. If he's got both, yeah, that's gonna be rough. So yeah, let's see what he does when Usyk officially sort of lets them go, and
Hmm.
then yeah, we see what happens. That fight, the bar and Cabello, maybe end of maybe next year, early 28, maybe that would be something.
Yeah,
That's something to be excited about. Yeah,
but
yeah.
see, but this is why I want Usyk to just retire, man.
Mm.
Like just retire, and let those belts get released so that we can have 3, 4 different champions and somehow get unified fights. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
and there be more jeopardy, more on the line. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love to see Cabello become champion. I would love to see him fight a Bacoli. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see
yeah.
Parker being there again, and then Itama being there again, and you know what I'm saying? Like all these, I would love to see all these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like have belts or do stuff, fight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I
And
don't I
then
don't know I don't know if you could get with them lot at that if they're all where I think they could be in the next year, 18 months,
mm,
like there's you're gonna get I don't think no one's gonna become, undisputed of them lot. You might get the odd unified, but yeah, but them belts are gonna be spread out
this is it
100%. Yeah,
exactly.
there's
And then whoever becomes undisputed is the real
yeah,
deal. You know what I'm saying? That would be insane for everyone to really go for those belts, man. But yeah, I guess we just have to wait and see, man. But Ed, appreciate you calling up, man.
yeah,
But
best man.
you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it a day, guys. The next show, either tomorrow or Thursday, guys. You know what I'm saying? Either tomorrow or Thursday. Um, yeah. I also want to ask you guys if you want me to talk about specific things as well. If there's something that's happening out there in boxing or in economics or the political world or geopolitics, Africa, whatever it is, yeah, let me know and let's dissect it together. You know what I'm saying? Let's shed light on all of these discussions and these, you know what I'm saying, these topics. That's what the Beacon's here for, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys as well. I know a lot of you are probably at work as well, but this is like lunchtime, innit? So don't be afraid to call up as well. And let's have a back and forth. Big up Ed every time for calling up. Appreciate it as always. And I hope everyone has an amazing rest of the day. Big up Daniel Dubois, heavyweight champion of the world, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Big up Wardley as well. The man didn't back down, man. The man didn't touch the canvas as well. Still hasn't touched the canvas, guys. You know what I'm saying? Big him up every single time. So yeah, hope everyone's good. Has an amazing rest of the day, and we'll be back either tomorrow or Thursday, guys. Peace. Brent.